Okay, now we are live on YouTube. So good morning, everyone. My name is Yasmin. I'm 21 years old. I work as a teacher, but today I'm not here to teach. I'm here just to guide this conversation, and we will talk about dealing with difficult people. But first, let's introduce ourselves, and I will ask for Rodrigo. Can you start?
Yeah, okay. My name is Rodrigo. I'm 43 old, and I'm married. I'm a software developer, and I'm living in Atibaia, São Paulo.
Very good. Thanks for sharing. Now, Victoria, who are you?
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am 24 years old. I live in Rio and I'm here to improve my English because I was so many years without practicing.
Very good. Thanks so much for sharing about you. It's a pleasure to have you here. And you, Juliana.
Hello, good morning. My name is Juliana, but you can call me Ju or Julie. I live in Belo Horizonte. I'm a lawyer and a journalist.
Very good. Thanks so much. And what about you, Rogério?
Okay, guys, good morning. I'm Rogério. I'm 43. I live in Cosmópolis, São Paulo. I'm married, two kids, and what else? I have been learning English for almost 3 years. I work as a manufacturer analyst, and it's a pleasure to be here, guys, to practice English with you as always. Thank you.
Very good. Thanks so much, Rogério. So let's start our conversation about difficult people. And I think that everyone faces the situations to deal with a difficult person. So what does it mean to be a difficult person and what are their characteristics? So because for me, a difficult person is someone that don't understand that they could fail and they don't like admit that they fail. For me, this is really hard to deal with. So a difficult person is someone that is always right. So, and what about you, Victoria?
I believe a difficult person normally is someone who has some mental problem, like a mental illness, and don't accept it. Like, oh, I have anxiety, depression, or something like that. That bring with all of things together and don't accept it. Like, oh, I don't have it, but yeah, you have it.
Yeah, you said something really important that there is something behind their actions, and sometimes we don't know. So very good. And for you, Rogério.
Well, Yasmin, I think a difficult person is someone who is difficult to deal, especially when this person do not accept advices, do not accept criticism, and sometimes we do that to in order to help them, you know, and actually it's really hard to deal with this kind of people. And sometimes I have to admit that sometimes I'm one of them, you know, because it's hard to accept criticism when you do something wrong and people came and used to say, "Come on, it's not right. You need to change your behavior." Yeah, it's hard to deal with these people, but we can learn how to improve this kind of in this area, you know. Sometimes it's hard because people they simply are born this way, you know. But yeah, we can improve for sure. Okay.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you said because sometimes I think I'm a difficult person to deal with too. Because I think one of the characteristics of someone that is really difficult is that want the things in the way that they want, you know. So this is something that I do. Just want things in the way that I want to do. So sometimes it's really difficult. And what about you, Juliana?
I agree totally with everybody says. I think a difficult person is a person don't listen the older people. Uh, just she or he just right and not it's a person don't be understand don't listen the orders and they don't like to listen because just no she or he don't want to be see the things for other perspectives.
Yeah, and I think it's related to what Victoria said. It's important to us like to try to see things with their perspective too, yeah. But they need to make an effort and do this too. So, thank you, Rodrigo.
Um, I agree with the other colleagues, but I think the a difficult person is a sad person too, because it is a hard to listen to the people listen others. Okay. Um and this difficult is a way a difficult be a difficult person is a way to mark the territory, your territory. Okay, is a manner to make a field, a force field in your in your orbit. Okay, in their orbit.
Yeah, very good. You said like about that when someone is difficult to deal with, the people around them don't want to listen to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really difficult. And I feel that this happens in my family because my grandmother, she's always complaining about her life. And her children, they don't want to listen to. But my mother, she listened to her. But it's really difficult to listen because oh my god, she's complaining all the time. But you need to understand what is happening and why she's complaining. So it's really hard to listen to difficult people. So so I think we can go to the next one. Do you know someone who likes to argue for fun? How do you deal with it? Juliana, let's start with you. Do you know someone?
Yes, I know. I think the person it's like Rodrigo said, the way the, the she protects herself, and I think the with it. It's you don't answer, don't say anything. If you can, move away. I think these things you need to do.
Yeah, you need to know like the time to go away. So very good. And what about you, Rodrigo?
Okay. I know a person. Unfortunately, the person more proximate to me is my mother, because she always find a manner to evidence a problem or a issue in every social circle that here that her his I deal with this question to her that she needs to uh, uh, find a therapist, okay, because it is a, a needly she needs the one treatment, okay, and I deal with with this moving to a city too long than we don't need we move it to a city longer to her to she, okay, because when we visited her, it's a shortly time, and and she don't need don't want to cause problems in this visit.
Yeah, something that I say to my parents is that I want to live far from them, but not too far that they can like they need to sleep at my home
Yeah.
and not too close that they can visit me every day, you know. So this is something that I always say. And what about you, Victoria?
The first thing at all, everybody had to go to the therapist, even if you have a problem or not. Yeah. So about the person, who are you? Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm the one. Like when my mom started talking a lot, I can't believe it. So let me get some fun. I just started talking a lot and looking. She was going crazy. Like, okay, yeah, now you're feeling exactly the same I was feeling before. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun to do. So, but I don't know how to deal with me. Like, I don't really know.
Yeah, so like you make that a hard situation like become something fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to, because it's all the time. It's really all the time. If I don't do it, I will going to be really crazy. So I have to do it.
Yeah. But like I have a friend that she does it like, oh, we are going to a party and she wants to argue with someone like without explanation, you know, without a
Why?
I don't know, just to have fun. That's it.
Okay, this one was really strange because I did it with my mom, but she started to talk a lot. So, it started a lot of things that a difficult person do. So I have I don't know how to say it, but I have
A
something.
reason?
Yeah, I have a reason to do it. It's not, oh, it's time to having fun. Some to the party and it's strange.
Yeah, it's totally different. And what about you, Rogério?
Oh, definitely. Without a shadow of a doubt, definitely. I mean, especially my coworkers. I work in a second shift, and my coworkers from the first shift, you have no idea. I mean, they are so annoyed. They they are a difficult person to deal. When you get there, they are facing a small problem, too easy to solve, but they used to make a storm in a glass of water, for nothing, actually. So we just used to say to them, come on, take it easy. We are gonna do that. We are gonna to solve this problem. Don't you worry. No reason to worry. But yeah, it seems that they like to work for nothing, for nothing. It's crazy, actually. So my coworkers from the first shift, they like to work, they argue for nothing, basically, unfortunately. Okay.
Yeah, I think like sometimes maybe it's a way to call someone's attention. Like they want attention because it's something that I do. I bother people because I want attention, you know. So maybe they do it, and if you ignore, the things will get worse. I think it's not the best way to deal with.
Well, actually, when we have a exchange of shift, peaceful exchange of shift, we used to celebrate. Yes, we did it. Today, we everything was great.
Very good. Very good. Victoria, do you want to add something?
No.
No? Okay, so let's start the number 3 with you, Victoria. Do you take things people say to you to your heart?
I can understand it, like safety.
Yeah, if you let the things that people say to you, like to have an impact in your life.
Unfortunately, all the time. Yeah. If my son says something to me, I know he doesn't know he was doing something like wrong, but this affects me. So I don't let the person see that these things just affect me, but yeah, all the time.
I think, it's important when you don't let them know, because if you let someone know that this affect you, maybe they will do more and more. Yeah.
Yeah, they can do a game with me too. I don't know.
And you, Juliana?
I think it depends the situation, depends the words, depends my my feelings in the moment.
Yeah, like some days we are feeling more like emotional and we let these things affect us, but some days we don't want. So, and I think like they really know, people know when you are feeling like really bad and they say something that will affect you. Yeah. And what about you, Rodrigo?
Um, yes, but I do. I'm living. I'm taking the this the that these people saying, but I'm trying in the last years and the last months, to her with a bias of no non-violent communication, I'm more listen than I've talked, and concentrating to the question, um, with questions to the person. Okay, when he say rude word, a bad word to me, I'm I say other question. What do you think when you talk about this, to to clarify in my mind, because this um, more times this conversations is with my wife or with my kids, because in the last 2 years we lived more than times with her, because the pandemic and the home office. uh, and if we don't have a tool of communication, certainly we have had a divorce or a strong fights in your house. And when one kid or my wife say a word, say a phrase in a conversation that I'm feeling bad, I I try to understand the their intention with these words. More more times this technical uh tu- tu- turn her more angry, but is a manner to really understand this. Oh, it's my part in this conversation, it's your part in this conversation, in our relationship. Okay.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, sometimes it will not work, but that's it. We need to try.
In your mind, in your heart, is a tool to feeling better with these conversations, with
Yeah,
that
very
conversations.
good. Yeah, I think I totally agree with you. I think we need to solve the problems, like talking with people, because sometimes we take things to our heart and we don't tell that, oh, it affected me, so we need to solve this. So it's really important. And what about you, Rogério? Do you take things that people say to your heart?
Yes, as me, I do. I know that I shouldn't, but sometimes it's not easy to accept what people say for you, especially if it's hard things. Uh, I know that I shouldn't be this way, but when people say bad things just to hurt me or hurt my family, I used to lose the friendship with this person, because I think, well, this person has nothing to add in my life, you know. If they say this kind of thing for me, about my family, I think this person don't care about us. So yes, I used to take this kind of the comments to my heart, but I know that I shouldn't. I know I should to ignore this kind of thing, but sometimes it's not easy, especially when you heard this kind of thing from your relatives, from some person too close to you. You know, yeah, it's hard to deal with that, but I know that I shouldn't. Okay.
Yeah, but I think when it's about your family, it hurts more. Yeah. So Very good. So let's go to number 4. Communication just works if it's done rationally and politely. Do you agree? So let's start with you, Rogério. Do you agree with this?
Well, sometimes, sometimes, I mean, of course, in order to have a good communication, you have to say what you have to say in a polite way, for the other person to understand you very well. But in an argument, it's almost impossible, I mean, when you have when you think you're right about something and another person think you're wrong, it's hard to say what you're gonna say in a polite way, and yeah, I think it's important. We have to be polite when you have to communicate, when you have to express our ideas, but in an argument, it's almost impossible to act in a polite way. But yeah, it's hard, but the key is to communicate in a polite way, for sure. Okay.
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah, sometimes we need to like scream. So I totally agree. And what about you, Victoria?
Okay. When I turned a mom, I learned a lot about it because I saw when I talk to my son, like when I am up and just, whoa, you don't have to do it. No, he wasn't, he weren't like respecting me. He was just avoiding me because he were like afraid of it, So I don't think being this way is a good thing. Like I see the difference when I just get down and sit and talk to him. Okay, come here, let's have a conversation. Like, it's really, really, really hard because you have the angry, like, oh my God, I said it 100 times. Like, how you can do it? Like, but if you have to do, if you're a little angry, it doesn't work, I believe it started when you're a kid, but when you're going to talk with someone like an adult, if you talk in the same way, like yelling or something else, the person won't listen to you. Like, just starting yelling to you because they are starting to think the same way you are thinking. Like, I have to yelling so the other person to listen, but the other person won't listen because they yell it too with the same like thoughts. So yeah, I don't think your yelling, will work. I think the polite way and the calm way is worth a lot of more.
Yeah, my neighbor, she always scream with like her children. And some days ago, like her son started to yelling at her. And she said, "Oh, but you can't do it." And he said to her, "But you are doing it with me." So I think it's totally...
It's what you're teaching to the kid. The right things to do is yelling. So when the kid's yelling to you, you can't say, "Oh, you can't yell to me." No, you don't teach the right way.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you, Juliana, what do you think about it?
I think the children and the older people to learn, for example, and the question said, it is done rationally and polite. I agree, but in parts because you need to consider the feelings, the the older.
Yeah, yeah. Like sometimes the person don't know how to deal with it too. So yeah, it's important what you said. And what about you, Rodrigo?
Okay, I agree with the question. We need to be polite and rationally and more times. Okay, but I don't disconsidering the feeling, the emotional in other questions. But when I have a discussion, an emotional discussion with the other people, uh, we merge in points of view, different points of view, and manage manage opinions more than facts. Okay, and this is an opinion is an opinion is my point of view of one fact, and in the emotional discussion has a issue, has a problem that that merge in this concepts, and in more na maioria in more times, generally in generally the causing confusion, merging these concepts, causing confusion in the relationships and the talks.
Yeah, you said something that I have never thought about it. Like that when we are having a discussion, sometimes we forget about the facts, about what is really happening. And we just put like our emotions. And I think this is why some people really are all the time like yelling. And very good. Now I'm really thinking about it. So I think we can start with you, Rodrigo, the next one. How do you react if someone is yelling at you?
Oh, it's person's my wife. Because it's the only person that yelling with me, actually. Okay, okay, if he is other person, if he's other person, in generally I'm lowest my voice, and I can explain to the people uh, that the only person that yelling screaming with me was my father, and my father is not never yelling or screaming with me. I in January uh, I'm moved to out of the discussion, and with my voice lowest, I lowest my voice and moved out of discussion, because I have angry instinct, and I don't like this this comportment, this behavior, um, and I move out of this discussion. So, okay, it's not more a discussion because you is yelling with me, and I don't continue this talk.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I think we we can't accept that people yelling at us is not something that we need to accept. And what about you, Juliana?
I think it depends the situation. Normally, I'm in shock and I'm freezing, but I'm working this because there are situations you need to answer. You need to do something. I think it is. I think it's important you reflection quickly the situation and the answer at the moment sometimes. Sometimes it's important.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I don't know. Like, this is not something that happens with me, but when I see that the person is yelling at me, I try to be kind. And the person like stop in the same time. I usually like ask, oh, why are you yelling at me? And this like will break the person, and the person will forget about why they are yelling. So, and what about you, Victoria? How do you deal with it?
First of all, I ask the person why the person is yelling at me. So if the person continues to yelling, I ask to stop it. If the person don't stop, I just get my phone, take my phone and go to another place, crying a little bit, and breathe, okay, and just wait till the person go to me again, but calm, quiet, I just, okay, you don't have a normal conversation now, so I'm going to my home or to my bedroom, I don't know, it depends on where I am. So I ask for the person to stop, but if it doesn't work, I just, okay, I want to be on my own.
Very good. And I think like when it's someone that they don't usually yelling at people, you feel like, I don't know, more afraid maybe if someone that never yelling at you. So I feel this. So, and you, Rogério, how do you react?
Well, Yasmin, when I was young, I used to yell back, when people yell at me. But now I'm 43, and yeah, I don't like to have this kind of the argument, so out loud. And it's funny because 1 year ago, one of my coworkers from the third shift, this guy yelled at me for nothing because I did a small mistake in your job. So then he started to yell at me, and then what I thought, what the hell this guy are thinking? We are over our 40s. Then I report this kind of situation for our supervisor, and our supervisor apologized for his behavior, and our supervisor said, Roger, don't worry, I'm gonna talk to him. I think he was in a bad day. A bad day, come on. This guy yelled at me, and then our supervisor talked to him, and he promised that he will never do that again. And yeah, because of that, we lost our friendship. We don't talk anymore. And if he this kind of person, come on, I'm 43, have this kind of behavior with me, that's it. I'm done. I'm done with these people, this kind of person. I don't want to be a friend with this kind of people at all. So yeah, I'm 43, and then I have more important things to do. with the instead of the deal with this kind of people. Okay.
Yeah, very good what you said about like it's not because you are having a bad day that you can't treat people in a bad way. And I think this happens a lot. So yeah, I think it's not okay. So we have not like more 3 minutes, and I will skip to number 7. Is it okay to live with people who you disagree with? So Juliana, let's start with you. Number 7.
I think this, for this situation, depends, because depends of your moral values. It's not about different, just different. For example, I'm a Black person, and I'm a journalist, and I'm a lawyer. My values, it's about the dignity for human, for human rights, and I can live with someone have Nazi ideas, for example. It's impossible. I live in the same house with someone thinks, someone against my life.
Yeah.
I think it's impossible.
Yeah.
But you live with someone just thinks different to you. Oh, okay. I want the wall. I want the wall red, but my partner wants the wall blue. No problem. It's okay. But moral values, it's so difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back, guys. How was the conversation? Okay, yeah.
That's good. That's great.
So, Flavia, I have a question for you. Is it okay to live with people who you disagree with?
No, it depends on the person, but no, I don't have problem if in the work or the job, I don't have problem with this. But if it with my close for my family, I have some problem, but it's okay. I try to fazer acordo. I don't know.
Okay, to make an
Try
agreement.
acordo. Yeah.
Very good, yeah. And what about you, Mariana? Is it okay to live with people who you disagree with?
Yes, we was talking about this, and we think at home is more difficult. In close relationship is difficult, but at work, yes, if there is respect, it's okay.
Yeah, I think the most important is like to have respect. And I will ask the number 5 for Luis. How do you react if someone is yelling at you?
Well, in a party with some noise, there is no problem, but in any other case, I just try to avoid. Sometimes we can get to avoid this kind of people, could be very hard, but at least I tried.
Yeah,